Yeah, look at those clear blue skies. Hard to believe it's February 2nd and it's supposed to get upper 50s, near 60 degrees today in February. 2 weeks ago, we were snowed in, ice. Had a few nights the lows were below zero. So, yeah, not, what a contrast. But anyway, it's the time of the year to get off and get out in the Big South Fork while the leaves are down. Well, you can really see some stuff. So, going off trail again today a little bit, out the end of the Ralph Burke Road, down toward North White Oak, which is part of the O&W Railroad system. Looking for a gap down, just pray around some cliff rows and maybe some water features. Don't know, whatever we find. You know, just come along and see. Thanks. Yeah, this is a little area where there is some remnants of a retaining wall. Runs around through here. You can see the individual moss covered, but the individual stones and the way they were stacked. And I believe this is where probably the old log trucks used to come in down the road. Place built right there where they would turn around, and probably this wall was higher and the logs they would pull up out of. These ridges to here could be loaded onto the trucks. They'd probably pull them out of these lower ridges and steep places by mule. You know. Okay, came right around this little bluff row, little cliff row, and right up there's the flat rock I was just standing on that I think was part of an old logging operation where they staged the logs. Anyway, a little horseshoe-like canyon below it. I'm gonna see what's in it. Which this is cool. This is a little spider web that's got a lot of moisture from last night's frost and dew. And it's cool. Little rainbow, that's awesome. And no, this is not upside down. This is a kind of fern that grows from the roof of these little rock shelters downward. Pretty cool. Yeah, we returned back to the old road we originally started out and came on back. Kerry Woolbright and I were out here about a month ago, but this time we're going out that way through that deep, thick stuff. Somebody's hung a marker here, and I don't know who or why. I didn't do it, but I'm gonna drop off right here and go off over the hill and see if we can find a gap. All right, this is what kind of hoping to find out here was the old original road down to the river. And this is definitely it. I can hear the river blow. Just had a turkey run off. Wish I had the camera out then, but yeah, we're heading toward the river. Yeah, standing here right now, looking down at the river. Looks like there's something washed up on the other side. It looks kind of porta potty blue. I thought at first it might be someone's kayak or something, but it looks too squared off on the ends. Yeah, I can see rapids in the river through the trees and all kinds of stuff, and big bluffs in the ridge tops over in there. And 2 or 3 minutes ago, got the strong smell of a campfire, which the Sheltori Trace comes down the other side of the river. And there's already been a few Sheltori Trace through hikers on it. So yeah, maybe it's one of them. I don't know, let's head on, see what else we can find. Yeah, that yellow big cliff line in the picture is the big cliff row above the O&W Bridge, if you've ever been down that way. It's big. So we are at the mouth of White Oak Creek on the Big South Fork. And there is definitely strong smell of campfire smoke right up in here. A minute ago you could actually see some of the smoke drifting around, so there are people camping out on the old O&W Road on the west side of the bridge. Yeah, good, better view of that. Big Bluff Line now, even though through the trees. It's a view you can't get in the summer. The leaves are on the tree, tell you that. Yeah, that's definitely been there a while. Whether they got a metal banding around it or whatever, it's grown into the tree. All right, moving on. Working my way back up this steep hill to the highest bench, and came across this big rock that's split in several places. Man, a bigger place to hide out on a cool rainy night. That's pretty awesome. Carrie Woolbright and I stood right on that point a few months back, looking up. Didn't know how to get down. Well, we do now. It's been a pretty steep hike up to the top of the mountain, to the cliff road, but we're here. It's pretty up here. There's a lot of carvings in this old beech tree. It's dead, of course. And there may have been carvings all up and down this thing. Can't really make out a name or what this is right here, but that's definitely a 3. I don't know if it's a 7, but they've got it kind of a border around it, and Mr. Woodpecker decided to drill a hole right in the very top of it. Huh? Okay, pretty cool. All right, that oil can, just took a few pictures of, is just right down there. And there's a kind of a gap going up in the cliff row right here. Based on this gap being near the oil can, which is a relic of logging days past, under kind of the assumption this is a gap to get to the top on. So I'm gonna find out. Man, it's neat up here though. I came around the upper cliff road just a little bit to right here. Got a dandy gap. Just walk right up to the top of the ridge. And the trail I came in on is back up there at the top of the ridge, so not a problem. Maybe some rhododendron, laurel, but we're going. Okay, not back to the old road we walked in on yet, but well, I still got some views of this drainage, and that is the North White Oak Creek drainage down there, and it flows into the Big South Fork. We're looking up at the ridges well above there. Up in there, there's some nice stuff. Needle's Eye, you know, the infamous old poop trail runs across those ridges and around, and trails from the O&W Bridge that head off back in that direction all the way to the Honey Creek Loop. So, man, this is a nice area to be looking at from the other side. All right. Finish climbing this slice a little bit to the top of the ridge and find the old road and get out of here. The last time I was out here, I saw a piece of cable sticking up out of the ground right there, and started pulling on it. And it wound up being this old hook and a old cable from, you know, almost undoubtedly logging operations out here. But you know, that's pretty cool. Big old heavy hook, and I hung it in this tree, and that's where she'll hang. Okay. If you've ever been to O&W Bridge and looked at the big bluff lines above it, that's it. So we'll look up the river. Oh God, good mile away, more maybe. Same view that Carrie Woolbright and I had back in the winter. Well, it's still winter now, but from right here, same spot. So we're gonna get something to drink, maybe have a snack, and start heading back up toward the car. The old Blazer. It was coming up that old road up the ridge here, and just happened to look over here. Noticed a dark spot, so I'm gonna go check it out. Yeah, this little rock shelter was well worth just Walk another 100 feet off trail, see. Really nice. Hey guys. Yeah, I just want to thank you for coming along with me today. You know, it may not have had a lot of stuff in it, you know, waterfalls and arches and those type of things, but to have a great day in the outdoor, it don't take a bunch of spectacular stuff. It's just being there. Found an old historical road that I'd looked for once before and couldn't find it. Well, found it today. Went around some nice bluff rows, some nice little rock shelters, and you know, just an enjoyable day outside. How can it not be enjoyable outside when it's 55, 60 degrees on February 2nd? You know, man, it's supposed to be cold, but okay. So just saying, thank you very much. I sure appreciate it. So till next time, this is Papa in the Woods. See ya.